another deal where I could move my cameras around, Tracy. I can't circle around the car and get a good look. So, but from what I see, it's pretty sharp-looking paint jobs on these cars back here.
Yeah, we got to keep an eye on that 56 of Tyler Price, making some great moves, moving up here in the field. He's moved his way up to 5th position here, JD. Looking to get by that 7 of Blake Jones. Closing the gap on him. Looking across that 56. Really got a good setup underneath him tonight, JD.
7 laps in the books, guys. And I'll tell you what, this has got a pretty good look to it here tonight. Some of the stuff that I've been watching all week, we've had 2 or 3 cautions at least by this time. I know, but I tell you, these guys, watching these guys last week, Tracy and Mike, I was very impressed with the quality of racing that we were witnessing, and not just good long green flag laps, but when they started mixing it up, you saw a lot of respect coming out of these drivers for each other, and that's what it takes here at Phoenix. Phoenix is a very tough track to drive down here, and I tell you, the one thing that we're looking for tonight, of course, we talked about at pre-race, the problem getting into turns 3 and 4. You come off turn 2, and you're haul butt down that backstretch with a dog leg in it, and then of course you got to pull the binders in and make it through 3 and 4. Of course, getting back on the throttle, Tracy, that's the key too. You want to get back on the throttle so soon, and that's what usually throws your car up into the outside wall, and pretty much will destroy your night. But take a count of 1, 2, then back in the throttle, ease it up down the front stretch, and you ought to be all right.
Yeah, JD, these guys are doing a great job out here. Like I said, they're running clean. Kind of keep an eye on the whole field out here. Looks like we're pretty much single filed. Everybody waiting for cars to look like come back to them as tires start to wear, not to overrun these cars early. But you're right. If you get on that throttle just a hair too soon on exit of the corner, either corner, your car will push way outside, and you real good chance you're going to hit that outside wall, JD.
You bet. Back here in that 9th position, Huffman getting past Lanza back here for a position as Huffman's now putting the pressure on, looks like the 31 machine, Chris Westerfield up here. So Landon Huffman, he's got his tires pretty much heated up where he needs to get them for, as he almost slips a little bit. Oh, bangs the wall coming off of turn 4, guys. Landon Huffman, tell you what, he's pouring the coals to it here a little bit as he's going for a position under the 31. He can't get it done, has to back out and let that 31 have it.
Yeah, that's kind of momentum. These guys behind him, the 33 and the 762, are looking for. See a guy start pushing like that, and gives you, if you got a good run on them, they're going to be checking up, and you'll be able to get underneath them, JD. Pretty much what it looks like it's going to work right at the moment. We've got a few cars. Once in a while, they'll move up 1 or 2 spots and then kind of hang there for a little while. Tyler Price, he did that. He moved up a couple spots, and now is pretty much following that 7 of Blake Jones around the track.
Yeah, Blake Jones going past Chad Cole here, but tell you what, Jones looks like he went into turns 3 and 4 a little bit hard there, slipped up towards the wall. 17, Chad Cole, almost looking like he might take a peek under, but decided to back out as they go through turns 1 and 2 here. But tell you what, looks like Blake Jones, he might be getting in a little bit too deep, too hard, Tracy, as he's going in a little bit high here.
It looks like we might be under caution, JD. Everybody's starting to slow down. We'll have to take a look back here and see what's going on out there.
You bet. I'm hearing it's the 69 car of Joseph Hayes, guys. Caution number 1 coming out here, rolling it back on my monitor, see if I can't pick it up. And almost looks like it looked like he just found that banana peel there, bad boy. All right, still looking on my monitor here is
and it looks like he's just going to come off turn 4 there, guys. Get loose. Almost just barely touch the inside there, just past the entrance to pit road. He's going to loop it back around. Ain't going to be a lot of damage, guys.
No, Tracy, that's what we were talking about earlier. Overdriving the turns, and you get in there just a little bit too hard, and around she goes. So the other thing, a lot of rear brake bias probably on these machines, which doesn't help. When you have to get on the binders real quick. But tell you what, Michael, they're coming down your way.
Yeah, I tell you, JD, a lot of these guys, like I said, taking the opportunity of this first caution to come in, get those 4 fresh tires, full tank of gas, and rocking out of the pit roads here as they coming your way back to catch up with the pace car.
You bet. I'll tell you what, caution number 1 coming out here at Phoenix International Raceway. That's our cue. Why don't we go ahead and step away? We're going to take a quick commercial break right here, right now. You're watching it live, ETV Live Cowboy. Hey, so don't wander off. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back live here at Phoenix International Raceway, RealSimRacing Full Throttle Cup Racing. Pace light just went out on the pace car, so we're getting ready to roll here one more time. Eric Arnold out there in front. He'll be picking up the green flag for the first time here. John Gregory will be starting second. Cameron Manis, Blake Jones, and Chad Cole in your top 5 here tonight. And I'll tell you what, quite a view from Rattlesnake Hill up there to the south as the pace car making its way down the backstretch here, Tracy. But I'll tell you what, Selfspin coming out tonight, the number 69 car, bringing out the first caution back on lap 13. No harm, no foul. 4 tires and fuel. Back out on the track he goes. So I'll tell you what, 100 or 18 laps in the books already. 125 on the board here tonight as the pace car goes into turn 3. And I'll tell you what, it's a quick left turn down here for that pace car, and then it's almost instant. We're going to be back to green flag racing one more time.
Look for another smooth start, just like we did at the beginning of this green flag, JD. We don't want to bring up what happens usually when there's yellow. As we got the green flag, it looks like that 23 got a good jump. Him and the 47 both going side by side. 23 out driving him in the corner, JD, taking the lead. Gregorio just drove it deep in that corner and back up in front.
You bet. I'll tell you what, they had 13 laps under their belts, so that should have been pretty much a good practice run up leading up to that yellow, and knowing what to do and what not to do here. But I'll tell you what, these guys are looking pretty good out here tonight at Phoenix. A little bit of a race up here going on up here in the front. Looks like Blake Jones up here on the outside, the 4 car on the inside. Jones fighting hard, going to get that position, I think, coming down the backstretch. And I'll tell you something, watching the race on Sunday is the caution comes out one more time, guys. I'll tell you what, this is very indicative of Phoenix, Arizona. So I'm hearing it's the 87 car going around here. So that's going to be Chris Alley, I believe. So pull it around and see what happened to Chris Alley here. Get my... It looks like he might have had some help here too, guys. 87 of Chris Alley up on the outside as I'm looking at it in my monitor. And, he's going to have some help by Joseph Hayes, guys.
Yeah, guys, he's going to come around this corner. They almost forcing it 3 wide. The 69's in the middle. There's car on the outside, and I believe that's the 69 going to make contact, slight contact with the 87. Just wasn't enough room. Kind of got tight there, guys, and that was a 69 car that's around.
Yeah, we got a
Somebody
case.
else,
Particularly at the case of the yellows. Bring out the yellow causes yellows, JD.
yeah. Trying to find. I know there's 3 cars involved in that, guys. I'm trying to find the other one that was involved and actually came in behind Hayes. I think. I think it's Bill Schoonover. Yeah, Bill Schoonover in that number 9 machine. He plows right into. I believe that's Hayes up in front of him in the 69 car and just pounds the front end here a little bit. So several cars damaged here in this one, guys.
I'm sure they're down pit road getting those cars beat back out because, you know, downforce isn't super huge out here at Phoenix. It does help a little bit, but they should be able to get them cars back out on the track as long as everything's still running true and straight.
Yeah, a couple of cars banged up quite a bit in that wreck there. In fact, Jeff Addison has just pulled his car into the pit, into the garage, actually. Looks like he is done. Not sure exactly what happened, if something broke or if the engine just finally gave out, but he was involved with that last accident, and he has taken his car once again into the garage.
All right, I'll tell you what, working caution number 2 here at Phoenix International Raceway. Why don't we go ahead and step away? We'll take another commercial break. You're watching live, ETV Live, Cowboys, so hey, don't wander off. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back. Green flag racing one more time here. John Gregorio, move him back out in front, guys, with Eric Arnold Jones, and Cameron Mann is still hanging out here in the top 5. And I'll tell you what, working off of caution number 2 here on this restart. And I tell you, it looks like Tyler Price and Landon Huffman duking it out back here. 2 wide still here. And, you know, position means everything here. Phoenix 3 wide going through turn 4, almost getting loose here in front of Huffman. Holy cow, I tell you what, I've never seen 3 wide at Phoenix before like that. These boys can do it.
Looks like we had a 2 cases of overdriving there, JD. 7 got in there pretty deep, overdrove the corner, started to push out. Had to really jump on them binders, and that gave the other cars a run on him on the outside and 1 on the inside. Really made it interesting. The 7 just about got it. I believe he almost got up to that 56 car, JD.
I tell you what, you know, 3 wide comes through the turns here at Phoenix. It's probably not something that you want to do, but you know, again, I mean, all the things I've been watching here at Phoenix, been at Phoenix all week long, and you know, we're seeing some of what we talked about pre-race. You know, coming down the backstretch, just going a little bit too heavy into 3 and 4 down here, and having to get back on the binders pretty quick. Now, especially when you're in behind somebody, you don't really know when their braking points are, but suddenly you're on top of them, and a little bit too much brake gonna bring you on around. But tell you, it's so good, pretty good so far here. 28 laps in the books here, 125 on the books for RealSimRacing, full throttle cup racing, Tracy.
Yeah, I just watched the 88 head into 3, running a little too hard, tried to let that car roll the center, and then actually ended up having a little too much momentum, pushed him to the outside. That allowed the 11 of Bobby Childs get underneath him and take that position from Adam Roberts. But tell you, these guys are having a hard time in these corners. Sometimes trying to outrun that guy, overrunning those corners is going to hurt you more than it's slow down and let them get to the outside, JD.
Working all the way back here, John Higman Jr. back here in 17th position, pretty much single file, everything in front of him up there. And then, of course, moving a little bit further back in 19th is going to be Rob Bowling, and pretty much single file all the way back here, guys. So I tell you, let's talk about positions, getting positions. You only got about 3 or 4 laps from a restart to be able to get a position here, Tracy, and then it's too late as tires start heating up. Joey Gattina back here in 21st position, looking for a position up here as we go, almost going 3 wide down the front stretch, guys.
Yeah, JD, I'm watching the 7, 56, and 47. 7 and 47 working really hard out there, and that would be I'm trying to find where they're at. But yeah, they're battling it out really to be Jones. Yeah, that'd be Jones, Price, and Arnold working real hard out there. And it looks like the 75 of Huffman's going to get underneath Eric Arnold in the corner, JD.
Well, just like I said, you got 3 or 4 laps from a restart to get it done. And I think that's what these boys are doing, because it won't be long. And those right side tires, I'm sure it's going to be the right rear tire, going to get overheated and going to start slowing down here a little bit. And you really got to start taking care of these equipment. Talking to Michael earlier there on pit road, we're looking at anywhere from 55 to 75 laps or so, I guess, depending on how hard you run your machine here at Phoenix. But difficult to pass late in a run. So you got to get what you can and get it early.
Yeah, these tires will start to wear down a little bit. Then it'll be just a matter of waiting for maybe somebody's setup to fall off a little bit, JD, and allow you to come back to them. As the 10's working really hard to get under. It looks like the 32, 62, JD. He was actually sideways entering the corner. Wasn't able to get down below him as a 62 held his line. The 10 really had to jump on the gas. That would be Abbott in the 10, and Owens in that 62. Heck of a race back here right around 9th and 10th spot, JD.
A little deeper in the field back here, Rob Bowling in 18th position, getting the pass on Greg Netherwood. Of course, Greg Netherwood in that 5 machine down here, a little damage to the left rear back of the car here, left rear bumper area, Tracy. I'm not quite sure where that came from. I didn't see the 5 involved in anything, but it doesn't mean he wasn't. But and then behind him, Stacy Renfro. Oh, the 77 car into the wall, guys. 77 car. That's going to be Stacy Renfro back here in 20th position. Tough night for that 77 car as he pounds the wall coming into 1 and 2. See how he does here coming through 3 and 4 here. I'll tell you, this is the one that you want to pay attention to. Getting on the gas too early here will send you right into the wall as he makes it through there safe.
Yeah, just overdrove that corner. JD got up there in the marbles on the high line. Really wasn't nowhere for him to go as he just pushed up and got on the wall. Looks like the 10 had some issues as he got down into the grass heading down through that back stretch back there, JD, but was able to get back on the track with no issues.
Logan Bunning, he's about ready to give up a position to Joey Gattina back here in 19th position, 2x2 going down the front stretch here. Looks like Gattina is going to get the better of him. And, of course, alongside him comes, and now here comes a 70 machine. That's going to be, I believe that's going to be Jason Hellrod here for the pass on the 46 machine. And that's going to be way back here in 21st position, guys.
Yeah, it was Jason Elrod who's actually the car. It wasn't the 10 that got down there on the grass on the back stretch there, JD, and got it back up the track. He lost quite a few spots as we got the 46 getting to the wall a little bit, heading down the front stretch past the start-finish line. Logan Bunning getting a little bit of a Phoenix stripe on the side of his car, JD.
Phoenix stripe. I tell you, they'll be taking pieces of that wall home with them too, coming off turn 4. A lot of them, and I'm sure we're going to see plenty of that before the night's over. But hey, I'll tell you what, if you want to watch this race again, well, guess what? You can, cowboy. You can get over to etv-eplay.net. And let's see, how is it? JD says a corn dog and Corona party. Corn dogs and Coronas. Invite your buddies, your friends, your in-laws, your outlaws. You can burn them replays down on the DVD and have yourself an ETV E-Play party. And we got a slow one coming up on the front stretch, almost causing one here, Tracy.
Now, JD.
Caution,
big
caution out coming
JD.
in here.
Big crash. 46
Yep.
got in the back of the 77, JD. In the corner, spun on. We got the 33 car stuck on the barrels on the entrance of pit road. Car is sitting on top of the barrels. He's stuck up there, JD. John, you got that pulled up there?
Yeah, let's see what happens here. They're going to barrel into turn 4 here. See if we can see what happens there, guys. Whoa, he's coming around the corner, battling hard, and it looks like that 46 car is going to help the 77 around, and it's going to put, I believe that's 11 car on the outside wall, that Mountain Dew machine. And you're right, Tracy, that 33 machine's hung up on the wall, guys.
Hung up on the wall. Well, I tell you, it's a chain reaction thing back here too, guys. I'm looking back to the 11 car. Actually, I got to go back a couple of more. Looks like the 33 car. It's one of those. Actually, one more. I'm losing my place here, but I'll tell you what, it's a chain reaction thing back here. I'll probably move it all the way back to Jensen. We got one car spinning out in front, and then starting with the 2 car, Reggie Jensen. And it's just a one of those domino things, pounding one into the other, and of course, pretty much that's upset the works out here. So caution number 3 coming out here at Phoenix. Mike, coming down your way.
Yeah, you start to see some of the leaders now taking advantage of this caution, third caution for tonight's race, and as John, first one down. Last pit stop down on the pit road there. Let's see if he can beat Cameron Manis out, who was challenging down pit road, trying to stay even with him. But I don't think he's going to be able to do it, as John has that really good pit stall there at the end. But a good race off pit road with the 56 of Tyler Price and Landon Huffman's machine. So you'll see guys try to take full advantage of that real slow 45-mile-an-hour pit road speed. But trying to go just over the speed limit just to try to gain an extra position or 2.
Position means everything. I'll tell you what, good call down on pit road. We're going to go ahead and step away, take a real commercial break here. I want to go back and check out that buffet table back there. So I'll tell you what, cowboy, don't wander off. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back live. And Michael, I understand we had another issue right here on the pace lap. A couple of cars getting into it.
Yeah, it looked like the 85 machine of Nathan Bowers just come to a stop out of 2, which collected Joey and caused a chain reaction under the pit, or under the yellow here.
Yeah, I'm pulling it back on my replay. He pulls down on pit road down here and kind of Yeah, I'm
Guys,
looked
I'm
like
pulling it up
there.
now. I'm pulling it up now, guys. See what happened here. And it looks like he just, I don't know if he lost power to his car or what. It just kind of locked up. And he's sitting down here on the apron. I believe you're going to see him pull out here. There he goes. The 14 car just comes around the corner. Didn't see him there, I guess. He's probably taking a swig of beer or Mountain Dew or something, guys.
All right. And back to Green Flag Racing here, and John Gregorio picking that one up here. Cameron Manis, Landon Huffman, Tyler Price, Blake Jones, your top 5 here on this restart. And I tell you, we'll keep an eye on the action here. 45 laps in the books here at Phoenix. And I understand we're having a little bit of technical problems, but I'll tell you what, we'll try to work through those and call the race here as best we can. But I'll tell you what, these guys are looking pretty sharp out here now on this restart. Tyler Price in the 56 machine up here in 3rd position. He's being challenged by Landon Huffman here coming out turn 2.
Yeah, I tell you, Jay, they're got a heck of a battle going on up there for 3rd place. Landon Huffman trying everything he could to get by the 56 here early on this run, doing a great battle up there and staying up each other, guys.
All right, caution. Looks like caution coming out again. Not sure if this is might be a debris caution. I'm looking around here, guys. Try to roll around and see if I can find. All right, I think that's going to be a debris caution being called here, guys. I'm not quite sure. All right, under caution again here, and looks like it's going to be a debris caution by the race controllers, guys.
Yeah, pretty sure we got a couple damaged cars out there, JD. So somebody lost a piece off of it. They'll get the safety trucks out there, get that cleaned up, and we'll get back going here as soon as possible.
All right, as we work through this caution here, and tell you, we're trying to get John Gregorio on the radio here, and we'll work on that. But debris caution coming out here on lap 47, guys. I'll tell you what, 125 laps in the books here. And for Phoenix International Raceway, this is the RealSimRacing Full Throttle Cup Racing. And I'll tell you what, John Gregorio picking up his, I think his 2nd or 3rd green flag here tonight. And of course, John Gregorio starting out on the pole here at Phoenix with Chad Cole up on the outside. But looking back down the list here, looking for Chad Cole, he's cycled all the way to the back, I believe. Actually, he's in Chad Cole's 7th position here. So Cole having a pretty good night after Daytona. But I understand we've got John Gregorio on the radio.
Yes, sir. I got a copy.
Hey, John, how's your night going for you down there?
Well, so far I've been able to stay up front, so that's a good sign. Hopefully I can just finish race up here, not get stuck in the back, where it usually gets kind of iffy.
Coming into Phoenix tonight, 2nd behind Guy Snyder. You going to be able to put something together to be able to overtake Snyder in the points coming out of Phoenix tonight?
I'm really hoping for a good finish tonight. I knew Daytona was going to be one of those races where you just have to finish the race and get the best spot you can get until we get rolling on to this week where we have real racing. So hopefully, if I can just stay up here where I am and not get any incidents, I can finish this race and overtake the point lead.
All right, and I'll tell you what, looks like we're having some issues down there in the turns, especially turn 4 or turns 1 and 2 down there. Guys having any problems? Are you hearing any chatter from your crew chief about handling issues or anything with your machine down there?
Yeah, it's kind of tough with the setup because it gets really loose after you put some laps on tires. So a lot of people are getting in trouble by trying to get on the throttle, and then they just get loose. And then we're all stacked up, so you get loose, and you got somebody who's on your bumper, and there's really no room for air here.
kind of a chain reaction when it all takes place. As we saw that happen. I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead and cut you loose. Pace car working down the backstretch back here. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, John Gregorio, your pole sitter tonight here at Phoenix. As we get set to go back to racing here again, guys, working off caution number 4 here at Phoenix. Still not a bad night from what I've seen before. But to tell you what, pace car coming out of turn 4 here, going to make that hard left-hand turn. And I'll tell you, just about immediately after he clears the wall, we're back to green flag racing here. Gregorio and Cameron Manis going to pick it up here. Manis up on the outside. Gregorio gets a pretty good jump, cuts right up in front of the 4 going into turn 1.
Yeah, that's a big help, JD. When you get out there and get a good jump on these guys and get away from them, kind of gives you some space. You don't have a guy stuck to your outside. It gives you the whole track as these guys are racing hard heading into 3 and 4, JD.
Landon Huffman, I'll tell you what, he's in a hurry to get a position up here. Almost going 3 wide here, coming off of 3 and 4. Can't do it. Looking for a place in the middle, and he backs out. I'll tell you what, Landon Huffman putting the coals to that old steam machine down there, trying to get another position up here in a hurry. And I'll tell you, he's fighting the 4 up on the top side here. Now it's side by side with Chris Owens, the 62 machine on the bottom, going down the backstretch through the dog leg. 75 and the 4 up on the top. I tell you what, they're trying to get hooked up and get forward here.
Yeah, that 56 of Tyler Price. Tell you, he was working hard earlier, JD. As I told you, he was moving forward as he's got himself up to second position right now. Still battling with the 4.
Cameron 17 almost getting sideways.
And I tell you, these guys are battling hard here, JD. They're still side by side, even with a couple of laps in after that restart.
17 car, Chad Cole, almost losing it back there through 1 and 2, right behind Huffman and all these guys up here. And Chad Cole doing an outstanding job hanging on to that machine, almost losing it coming off of turn 4. I tell you what, last night, AJ and I saw one of the best saves we had ever witnessed. I can't remember who it was, but the car was absolutely sideways, Tracy, and managed to get it back under control and get it straightened out. But I'll tell you what, I could read every inch of the car, the contingencies from front to back on that car last night, and he was able to get it straightened out. Chad Cole almost doing the same thing here tonight, as looks like Chris Owens getting out of shape right in front of him.
Yeah, it looks like these guys gotten settled down to single file once again, JD. But I do see the 3 car still out on the outside line. Scott Brotherton on the outside line. We get these guys all piled up into each other again. Looks like that 17 got caught him some again, JD.
Actually, I want to say it was a 62 car up here. Chris Owens getting out of shape there a little bit. I'll tell you what, these guys are trying to duke it out. We've been talking about it. You got to get to position early here because you'll not get it late. There's a 62 up on the outside. 7, Blake Jones. This is a battle for 5th position here. There's a Blake Jones trying to outrun the 62 machine up here. Chris Owens on the top, going into 3 and 4 here, Tracy.
Yeah, they're a heck of a battle here in the front. A lot of cars side by side. 31 and 62, 17 and 47, all running side by side. These guys are pushing pretty hard here at lap 57 of 125 laps, but doing a great job staying out from the. Oh, looks like we got a little contact between the 62 and the 31 there, JD.
That's going to be Chris Owens and Chris Westerfield up there in 6 and 7 position. But moving on back here just a little bit, come on back to Guy Snyder. He's your trophy winner from Daytona last week, your points leader. He's got a windshield full of almost going 3 wide here coming in through turns 1 and 2. But I tell you, he's got a windshield full of Eric Arnold, Chris Owens, Chad Cole up here in front of him. And I mean, I'm hearing caution coming out here again. It's no caution.
Yeah,
no
JD,
caution
the 27 is up in the wall. They're heading through 3 and 4, and the 41 got loose. Had to really check up. Allowed the 27 to get by him. So these guys are really pushing. Here, as the 62 gets loose, plugs up the 17 and 47 from pushing forward. JD, guys doing a great job staying off and back of some of these cars having issues.
Yeah, I was just rolling back here just for a little bit. The 69 car back on lap 49, mixing it up here. No caution coming out, guys, but I can't pick up that other car number, but a couple of them maybe we could get Bad Boy John Weston to pull it back up on the E-Play machine down here and take a look at it again. All right, apparently we're unable to do that, but I'll tell you what, the 69 car sitting in pit road, Michael, can you tell us more?
Well, I'm trying to get word with the crew chief on that, but I have gotten in touch with the crew chief of Logan Bunnan, who actually finished 5th in the Daytona race last week, and he's sitting at a disappointing 37th right now. Something happened earlier on in the race with the car in a wreck that he was involved in, and it's been taken out.
All right, and I'll tell you what, keeping an eye on Rob Bowling here in 17th position, guys. I tell you, you know what, Tracy, you know, it just seems like these guys are just pushing the envelope just a little bit too much. I'm seeing quite a few of these guys get out of shape coming off of turn 2 and turn 4, especially coming through turn 4 and, you know, heading down that front stretch here. But I tell you what, a couple of them have bit the wall a few times up in front of Rob Bowling. You got Chad Schilling up on the outside as Jeff Eden gets position on him.
Yeah, I'm watching that 27 car, JD. He's having all kinds of trouble, Guy Snyder. That car is loose on entries. He gets up into the wall again in 3 and 4. I've seen him hit the wall 3 or 4 times, really chasing the back end of that car. So, and also the 70 of Jason Elrod with his damage. His car is very loose out there too.
Actually, Guy Snyder actually took getting word from his crew chief that he actually took out a little bit too much wedge in that last caution, so that's what's causing this loose race car for Guy. Look for him to make that change next caution as soon as possible.
All right, and back here for 9th position, trying to stay in the top 10, Eric Arnold trying to get past Chris Owens down here in 8th. So 2 by 2 going down the backstretch, you know, and here's another part of this track that's kind of unusual too, Tracy. You really got to have your, you know, give it a lot of attention. It's coming down the backstretch. You get into that dog leg, and you know you come out, you know, you're full throttle coming off of turn 2, and I tell you what, you got that dog leg there. It's a light touch on the wheel, a little bit of left-hand turn, but you know it can throw you for a loop right there in the middle of that dog leg too.
Yeah, I've been in cars where I've actually had to lift going through the dog leg there, JD, because the car would either push really bad or get loose. But for most time, I've had cars pushing real bad in that corner, and it actually shoots you to that outside wall. So a lot of these guys, I've seen a few of them getting loose going through that dog leg here tonight, JD.
Yeah, you know, back when I was behind the wheel, and of course, I mean, we did have rubber tires back then too, boys. So don't be giving me no stuff about that. But back when I was behind the wheel, you know, here at Phoenix, I remember coming out of that dog leg there in the backstretch and actually taking a piece of the wall with me as you come out there and kind of door slam it and then be on your way. But tough track here at Phoenix, guys, as these guys try to get it worked out. An 86 machine, Chad Tracy up here on the outside, 30th position, way back here in the back. But I tell you, just trying to mind his own business here and get these laps in. You know, when it's a tough track like this, Tracy, you know, willing to give it up here for the night, even give up the points and position on this one track. Just get the laps in, get your points, get what you can, get out, and get ready for the next.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes depending on how the attrition rate is, you can take it easy and come out of here with a pretty decent finish. These guys are still battling pretty hard, but I see a lot of cars are really starting to handle pretty bad out there, JD. They're really having to slow down the corners. I'm watching the 18 just about get into that wall in 1 and 2. Just about a Chad Schilling. Really had to get on the binders, get that car slowed up. Looks like we got 14 having issues getting loose, and it looks like the trying to see who that is, but just in front of him, another car just about getting to that wall, JD. I believe it was the 86 of Chad Tracy.
All right, and back here in 13th position, watching Chalmers Parker. He just got the position on Chad Tracy up here. Looks like Tracy might be off the pace just a little bit as Scott Brotherton gets by here for 13th position. So a little bit of racing going on here, but I'll tell you what, it's you know, you gotta mind your tires and be mindful of what's happening with your machine out here as the laps wear on here. 70 laps in the books. And last time these guys pitted, we're going to call it probably way back on lap 39. Some of them pitted lap 47. So I tell you what, quite a few laps on these tires already, Tracy, and they're starting to heat up and show signs of mishandling. Of course, you watch these cars as they go into the turns. When they start slipping up towards the outside lane in the middle of the turn, that's a good indication the handling's going away on these things.
I'm keeping an eye on the 18 car as he's starting to slide backwards, JD, really going high up on the track, and that's Chad Schilling back in here in 22nd position. The handle's just gone away from him on this car as he's lost a few spots, and that car is running basically the high rim around this track. The 51 is going to get underneath him, but he's able to get a little decent run off the corner, but he's losing a lot of the middle and going to usually lose quite a few spots just trying to hold on to his position as he's already fell back to 24th position, JD.
Yeah, I'm watching Adam Roberts back at 28th position, and he's got a gaggle of cars out in front of him. Of course, Adam Roberts, he's the first car one lap down, and I know they do give the waiver rounds here, so he's got to be able to hang on to that position. The 87, contact right there, the 88 making contact. Caution's going to definitely come out on this one. And this is going to be way back here in 28th position, guys. I was just watching that. It's like the 87 machine up in front of him just goes into the corner way too wide, backs off the throttle tracing, and comes right down in front of the 88 and spins him out. So, John, let's get it up on the, see if we got it on the E-Wine machine.
Yeah, let's see what happened here, guys. These guys are just battling really hard. He's trying to do the crossover, comes underneath of the 88 machine. They just barely make contact, guys. I mean, just ever so slightly, and he rolls the car down in the grass, guys. He took one heck of a ride there.
I believe we call that an e-ticket ride here on ETV. And I'll tell you, 88 machine actually getting airborne there. So put a jet motor and some wings on that baby and enjoy a flight to Tennessee, Tracy.
Yeah, it's quite the ride there. That looked like that 87 car got a little loose there next to him, and they just made that slight contact. And you know how it is when you got grass down there. That don't slow the cars down a bit. If anything, you pick up a little speed, caught that roll just right on those tires. Those tires have some spring. Put them up on two wheels. We got everybody heading down pit road there.
Yeah, you're talking about a desperate needing yellow for most of these drivers here. Cars, battling them cars, very loose cars. Desperately needing that caution to come out, though, most of these guys do. So you'll see them come in, take that full round of wedge out on some of them. And a tank of gas and 4 tires.
Come on, we practiced this now during pre-race here. Full fuel load. All right. It's always fun to have Batman and Michael Keaton along for the ride, but
had a heck of a race off pit road there, JD.
All right, and looks like John Gregorio is going to keep the green flag in his seat this time around too. But I'll tell you what, working caution number 5, I believe this is, guys. Why don't we step away real quick, and we'll take a 30-second break right here, right now. You're watching a live ETV Live Cowboy. It's the only choice, so hey, don't wander off. We'll be right back. Created specifically for iRacing's online racing simulation game, Trading Paints provides individual racers, leagues, and painters an opportunity to share their custom-designed paint schemes with other subscribers on the iRacing.com simulation service. Part of the fun of today's simulation racing games is showing off your high-quality work with a custom-painted car or truck. TradingPaints.com lists thousands of custom-painted cars and trucks available for download by simply creating an account and logging in. With all available templates at your fingertips, a simple desktop downloader will keep you up to date with the most recent custom-painted vehicles and templates. Check it out today. TradingPaints.com. All right, and we are back working caution number 5 here at Phoenix International Raceway. Of course, that does not come as a surprise. Been keeping an eye on. Well, of course, we've been staked out down here in a $2 motel for the last week, watching the action down here at Phoenix all week long. So 5 caution does not surprise us up here in the booth, Tracy. We've been pretty much used to watching this happen all week long here, and just a real difficult track to maneuver. As Rob Bowling being shown your leader.
Yeah, it looks like he stayed out there in that pit in that stop there, JD. Not too sure what his plans are, but also I watched that race off pit road. Huffman beat Price out of pit road, guys. You stayed in a hotel? Man, he gave me a garbage bag and a sleeping bag.
Well, I told you it was a $2 motel. It's one of those motels. It's not even a Motel 7. It's like a Motel 3.5.
The plastic bag was just in case it rained, I'd crawl in it.
All right, and I'm being told these guys can make it to the end on fuel as Rob Bowling going to pick up the green flag. John Gregorio up on the outside. Landon Huffman, Tyler Price, Cameron Manis still hanging out there in the top 5, guys.
Yeah, that 44 gets a great jump out on the field. 75 trying to stay. Oh, he gets loose. It looks like the 75 of Landon Huffman is going to take the lead, heading into 3 and 4, JD, being chased down by that 23 of John Gregorio.
44 car, Rob Bowling up here was in first position. 3 wide coming off of turn 4 down the front stretch, going into turn 1, still 3 wide. 31 in the middle here, 44 on the outside. Holy cow! When do you ever see that happen, boys?
Oh, we got contact between the 7 and the, I believe, the 47 there, JD. As they come to that corner, that 44 car, and they're kind of slowing them down on those older tires, JD. He's starting to fade to the back pretty fast. Oh, the 7's gotten sideways. Going to save it. Oh, big crash in the front stretch, guys.
All right, as caution number 6 comes back out, guys. I tell you what, positions mean everything, and it looks like they're trying to get it all right here, right now, Tracy.
Yeah, JD, I was watching that, and it really kind of got plugged up there, John, as I'm sure you're going to see on that replay.
Let's cure back. I see what happens here. These guys are really getting on the wheel. The laps are closing. It was a Navy machine that got the 7 car around. That wasn't the 7's fault, I don't believe, unless he got loose in front of him. But definitely got a little love tap there coming in turn 4.
Well, I'll tell you what, watching 3 wide action coming off of turn 4, heading down the front stretch, going into 1. I mean, when do you ever see that happening here at Phoenix, dude? But I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. But you're absolutely right, Tracy. Laps are wearing down here. 82 of them in the books, 125 on the board. So I tell you what, it's go time. But Michael, how many of these guys are going to come down pit road and get a couple of new shoes and maybe a bucket of oats?
You probably won't see the leaders come in, but you will see some guys, probably 6th, 7th, 10th, maybe on back, come in to take advantage of this caution here. You may not even see that. You might see some guys who's got a little bit of damage come in to try to get those last minute repairs. But your leader's pretty much going to stay out. They've got the fuel to make it the rest of the way. If there's a late caution, probably with about 30 to go, you'll probably see them come in and take 4 new tires and no fuel, but take probably a couple rounds of wedge out just to get every inch of speed out of that car. But right now, you guys probably halfway through the back of the pack, probably going to come in, like I said, and get those last second repairs before we take green, take back green here at lap 83 in Phoenix.
Good call down there on pit road. And I'll tell you what, 83 of them in the books here already, guys. And I think maybe next time, Tracy, I'm just going to throw my tent up there on Rattlesnake Hill and just kind of see if I can pick up a remote microphone and go up there and call the race from Rattlesnake Hill. What do you think? Yeah,
that wouldn't be too bad. I'd definitely bring an umbrella up there, JD. You're a little fair-skinned. We'd hate to see you get burnt and look as red as a lobster out there in Rattlesnake Hill.
Let me tell you something, friend. I live out here in California, unlike the rest of you that live back there in that neck-deep snow country back there. I've already got my summer tan going, dude, and it's just, what is today, March 5th? Mike? Go ahead.
Getting a disappointing report, guys, about Chad Tracy, who finished second at Daytona. He is running currently 30th position, 7 laps down, and from an incident that he was caught up in earlier. He's still on pit road now, making getting some damage repaired. But tough break for Chad Tracy, who finished second last week at Daytona.
You know what? Then what a race that was. Actually, Chad Tracy finished third at Daytona last week. It was John Gregorio that finished second. Guy Snyder took first. And would you please, with somebody back there in the back, when I get Mike the right paperwork. Let's see if
Well, I think he spilled his coffee on it, JD. So sorry. Actually, I spilled it on it. I'll spill the beans.
Coffee beans, is that?
All right. That's all right. We'll get. Hey, again, we got this thing, and I don't know if the audience knows it or not, but there's actually some antics going on behind the scenes. We have what's called a whisper button on our deal up here. We can actually talk to one another and not go over the air. I can't broadcast some of the things that are said, but use your imagination. And if you know the 4 of us up here in the booth, I'm sure you come up with something really good. But I tell you what, 85 laps in the books here at Phoenix, Arizona. And the RealSimRacing Full Throttle Cup Racing guy is going to get set to take the green flag one more time. Landon Huffman finally made it to the front. But I tell you what, John Gregorio is going to be duking it out for that position. John Gregorio starting out on the pole here tonight. Tyler Price, cameraman is Chris Owens as the green flag flies, and we're back racing here at Phoenix.
Yeah, JD, we got 39 laps to go here in the race. 75 of Landon Huffman getting a great restart. 56 of Tyler Price wasn't able to get underneath the 23 of John Gregorio, so now it's the first time John has actually had dirty air on the front of that car. We're going to have to see how that works out for him, guys, as we got 39 laps left in this race.
You know, I've been keeping an eye on Chad Cole here quite a bit tonight in that 17 DeWalt machine in 7th position back here with 31 up on the outside. You know, I was impressed with Chad Cole's run back at Daytona. Remember, him and I believe it was Snyder got hooked up, and they had about a 14-second lead over the field, Tracy, as you remember, at Daytona. And we had that late caution and got them all bunched back up again. But Chad Cole and Guy Snyder, your point are having a terrific run there at Daytona last week.
Oh, yeah, JD, we 31 to 47, just about slammed doors exiting. Oh, as a 47 comes up and gets in the front of the 31. 31 is loose and saving it. He's running back here in 11th position now. Was able to save that car and keep going, JD.
Chris Westerfield in a 31 machine. I'm still showing him in 7th position, but I'm sure when he crosses the timing marks, he's lost a few positions. But Chris Westerfield in this 31 Monster Energy machine now in 15th position, guys. I'll tell you what, getting out of shape, getting her back, and saving that caution from coming out. Good job. Is Landon Huffman putting a distance on Tyler Price out here in front. Tyler Price about 6/10 off here, guys, as laps start winding down. 90 of them in the books here at Phoenix. Oh, yeah, Price gets a piece of the wall.
Looks like John Gregorio having some issues back there as he's falling back to 5th spot as we got a yellow flag out, guys.
Caution coming out here, and I'm hearing it's the 18 car, Chad Schilling, guys. Roll this back on my monitor here and see what happened to Chad Schilling. Almost looks like he might have been peeking under. Can't see what car that is up there. Looks like Rob Bowling. Looked like he might have been peeking under Rob Bowling for position. Bowling might have come down, closed the door on there a little bit, and of course, 18 machine looks like he gets on the brakes to avoid hitting the 44, but then again, John, they come piling back into the back of him back here.
Let's see if we can cue this up, guys. See what happened here. I can't remember how many cautions this is, but these guys are still doing a heck of a job. 38 cars took the field tonight. Looks like the 44 got loose, tangling with the 9 car, and the 18 is just going to come around. He just keeps shoving him around. He didn't even try and back off and let him save it, but around he goes. And then the 18 gets clipped by the 44. And the 14 car, he decided to get smart. He just slammed on the brakes, guys.
Yeah, just like I told you, JD and Tracy, leaders coming down pit road, you see as Landon Huffman let them down. But in fact, the number 27 car of Guy Snyder stays out along with John Abbott and Jason Elrod. So some guys staying out to gain this track position. But like I said, some of the front runners before the caution coming into pit to get those 4 fresh tires.
Yeah, and Chad Cole having a bad night down here on pit road. Got a little bit of a miss angle. Looks like he almost missed his pit. Had to roll it in there kind of sideways. So that took some time for that 17 machine to get back out of the pit. So I'll tell you what, 92 laps in the books here. Why don't we go ahead and step away? We'll take a commercial break. You're watching live, ETV Live Cowboy. Phoenix International Raceway with Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup boys. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, fans. Phoenix, Arizona, down here in the desert, and it's a warm, sunny afternoon down here. Real Sim Racing, Full Throttle Cup Racing here at Phoenix International Raceway. But Chad Cole, back to him for just a minute here, was told that he lost. He went from 8th back to 23rd with his little miscue down there on pit road, guys. So I'll tell you what, pit road, when you pit, it means everything. So you got to get in square, get to a stop, and get back out in good shape. But Chad Cole losing numerous positions there on pit road.
Yeah, JD, our leader going in after this pit stop, 75 of Landon Cass. Landon Huffman is now in 7th position, losing 6 spots. It looks like we had about 6 cars who all stayed out or took 2 tires. I'm not real sure, but your new leader right now is Guy Snyder in the 27. Second to be the 10 of John Abbott. Third to be 70 of Jason Elrod. Fourth would be the 5 of Greg Netherwood, and your 5th place position is Blake Jones.
Guy Snyder, the points leader, coming into Phoenix here tonight, trying to hang on to that lead. He's got John Gregorio. We talked to him just a little bit ago. He's trying to do what he can to get up there in front. As we go back to green flag racing here, Snyder picking up the green flag. Abbott right behind him here. As it looks like they're trying to break away from Jason Elrod in 3rd here in that number 70 machine.
Yeah, we're going to have some of them fast cars we had out front earlier, JD. Just like that 23 of John Gregorio, who's way back there.
Oh, 5 gets pounded.
Crash, 5's around. Big
Caution
damage,
coming
gets
out.
into 62. 23, our early leader in the race, just got caught up in that crash, guys.
Yeah, I'm rolling it back here on my monitor here just a little bit, and the 5 gets absolutely pounded, Tracy. I don't know who. Looks like it might have been the 7 machine, and then he gets a double hit by the 47, John.
Let's cue this up, guys. See if we can see what happened here. Guys are coming into turn 1, I think it is. 1 and 2. Oh, and he just gets flat punted by the 7 machine, guys. He just comes in that corner, and he let off just a little bit more than that 7 was ready for. 23 is going to be around. 3 is going to take a little bit of damage, guys, but not a whole lot. But, yeah, he just let off just a little bit more, or he had a little bit more momentum coming into that corner.
Cameron Manis in that 4 car, because all that's happening out there in front of him, just narrowly escapes. Holy cow, man. I'm watching it on the slow-mo machine here. I'm inside Cameron Manis's car, and it just barely misses that 5 machine as he comes spinning off the wall. But I tell you what, that's going to be caution number 8, I believe. I'm not sure, 7, I believe, right here at Phoenix here tonight, guys. So it's not really that unusual for Phoenix.
Yeah, I tell you, our early leader, the car that led, commanded this race from the beginning. The 23 of John Gregario all the way back to 17th spot, JD. Ever since he lost that lead, when some couple people stayed out, he hasn't been. Just got caught up with some of the slower traffic, and not of his own doing, got caught up in that crash. Took a lot of damage to that right front side of his car.
28 laps to go here at Phoenix, guys. So I tell you what, this thing is absolutely winding down, and positions mean everything. Guy Snyder back out in front, and with John Abbott, Elrod, Landon Huffman out there in front. But I tell you what, why don't we go ahead and throw a plug in for our home base back here, etv-eplay.net. I'll tell you what, Cowboy, if you haven't been over there yet, you want to throw them barn doors wide open and have a gander, because we've got e-plays from previous broadcasts piled up over there, and you can have yourself an ETV e-play party, burn them off onto a DVD, invite your buddies, your friends, your in-laws, your outlaws, your mother-in-laws. I mean, everybody you can think of, come on over, have a corn dog and Corona. Enjoy yourself watching those e-plays. So I'll tell you what, etv-eplay.net, Cowboy, get on over there and take a gander at them e-plays. But Real Sim Racing league out here, guys. Full Throttle Cup Racing. You got to check those guys out too. You want to strap one of these on and go play in these guys' backyard. RealSimRacing.com. Pretty smart looking website they got over there. Good bunch of people. We're very impressed with that Daytona run, Tracy. As I think we got out there with 2 cautions, and they came very late in the race.
Yeah, JD, but we've been really having a good race considering here out at Phoenix. These guys are doing a great job out here early on in the race. Things are starting to build up a little bit. It looks like our early leader, the 23 of John Gregario, has gone 1 lap down, JD. Part of that list took in too much damage and had to get the damage fixed to the car. Wasn't able to get out in front of the pace car, as he'll be a lap down as we're down to about 25 laps to go, JD, by the time we take green.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he's got Adam Roberts and Chris Owens ahead of him, so no possibility, I'm sure, to try to get any of those laps back. He's got to get past 2 cars in front of him, even to be able to get the wave around. And I'm not sure what the ruling they have here at the track where they got the 10 to go, but getting ready to pick up the green flag one more time here. Guy Snyder picks it up, lays it down on the front seat next to him. John Abbott, Landon Huffman. I'll tell you what, back to green flag racing here, Tracy, and things are starting to wind down and heat up.
Yeah, these guys are going to be pushing these cars pretty hard now, JD. Not giving as much as they were earlier, as we're counting down here with 25 laps to go. Watch for guys to really push hard going into these corners. It sounds like we got a caution out, guys.
That's going to be Chris Beck. Holy cow, I just caught the piece of that, rolled my machine backwards. You talk about an e-ticket ride, dude. The 34 machine, that's going to be Chris Beck here on lap 100 in the 15th position back here. Oh, he gets pounded in the back. So move it back one more time here. Looks like the 51 coming. Here it is, going into turn 4 here, turn 3. We talked about a pre-race. They come off that dog leg, John, and just hammer it down into the turn, and forget about them brakes, and he pounds into the back of the 34.
Yeah, he just catches the tail of them, guys, and these guys just slowing up a little bit more, and the guys behind him, and he just gets pile drive, like you said, JD, by the 18 car, and lifts him clear off the ground into the grass.
Yeah, actually, that's a 51 car getting in the back. That might be a teammate. Similar paint jobs here. We'll have to check on that. But, guys, Tracy and Michael, I mean, this is what we're talking about before. You come off that dog leg back there and you just drive it in too deep down that back stretch. And, you got to put the binders on at some point. And unfortunately, it looked like the 51 was a little bit late getting there.
Yeah, sometimes you can get loose after driving in deep. You're trying to make that time back up that you lost going in deep, get on that throttle a little too much and get that car loose on exit. Now you're going to have to check up. Yeah, and you're talking about a lot of guys are coming off the corner good under power, not having a lot of time to back off and stay off the back of them, JD.
Yeah, and like you said, you're picking up so much speed coming out of the dog leg coming into 3. You want to try to keep as much speed as possible too, and that's where the trouble comes in. It's just guys late in this race wanting to get every kind of position gain or second gain as possible. So you run into that towards the end of the race here. You're going to see a lot more action in turn 3.
I'll tell you, that's going to be caution number 8 here in Phoenix tonight. But I'll tell you, why don't we go ahead and take a break? You're watching live, ETV Live. We'll go ahead and step away here for just a few minutes. Going to check that buffet table out one more time. Hey, Cowboy, don't wander off. We'll be right back.
You're watching ETV Live, the leader in sim broadcasting. The very best in the business brings you the highest in broadcast quality with superior audio and instant replay by the exclusive ETV Rewind machine. Follow the live action with producer John Wessing and commentators Sean Bickle, David Bass, J.D. Webb, Jerry Wolf, and more. And don't miss the pre-race entertainment by the ETV Live Band. Broadcasting live 4 nights a week from RaceSimNation.com. Have some fun with the broadcast team in the ETV chat room and listen to a live race scanner. And remember, ETV Live, the leader in sim broadcasting. It's the only choice.
Hey dude, are you ready to rock and roll? If that's cool, then you need to do it over at HD Radio Network. HD Radio Network, 4 stations broadcasting 24/7 with everything from metal favorites to the 80s classic rock like legendary Leonard Skinner, Electric Light Orchestra, Foreigner, and bone-rattling, skull-crushing rock and roll on hard driving radio. And partnered with Nuff World Simulation Gaming, check out the HD Radio Network's Nuff Radio with Bear Factory, Stone Temple Pilots, Def Leppard, and a whole lot more. HDRadioNetwork.com. Take your pick and rock your brains out, dude.
And we are back. Phoenix, Arizona, down here at Phoenix International Raceway, guys, with RealSimRacing, full throttle cup racing, pace car pulling off the track, getting ready to take the green flag one more time. It's going to be Guy Snyder again, John Abbott, Landon Huffman, Jason Elrod, Tyler Price up here. 20 laps to go here, Tracy. Things starting to wind out.
Yeah, it looks like that 75 of Landon Huffman trying to get back up there to the lead, get around that 27 of Guy Snyder. He's under pressure from that 10 of John Abbott, but I think 75 car guys has got a little better tires than that top group.
Yeah, I want to mention Chris Owens in the 62 machine back there in 21st position. He got the wave around that time by, so moved John Gregorio up one more. And I tell you, if another caution flies, Gregorio may be in a position to get one of those laps back as we get that caution, guys. Sounds like the 70 machine and a 10 machine up here in front. That's going to be John Abbott and Jason Elrod up here, guys. Can't roll it back here and see what's going on. I tell you what, these guys' position means everything, and it was a race for the lead up here in the front.
Yeah, I tell you what, JD, that 10, he just got too high up there up there against that wall, John.
Let's see if cue this back. These guys got closing laps here. Everybody's trying to get every position they can get. 70 car kind of slides up. There's one coming off the wall. The 10 car just makes contact here with the 70. Is going to slide back down the track. 9 car is going to get spun by the 5 just trying to slow down here, guys. Got a big mess here in turn 2.
You know, watching this 10 machine, rolling it back through the slow-mo cam, and watching him going down the track, Tracy, and right just at the entrance, almost just back from the entrance of turn 1, it looks like the wall juts out there just a little bit. And it looks like he just clipped that piece of the wall there, and that's what upset his car. And he's fighting it up there in that top lane, trying to get the handling back. Can't do it. Slams into the wall. and unfortunately, everybody else comes piling into him. So I got a funny feeling that that's probably what started it, Tracy.
Yeah, he got a little too high trying to make that real large arc into the entrance of the corner, JD. Went a little too high, and once he caught that wall, you can't turn and hold your wheel straight for you. And then he hit that safer barrier, which jots you out. So he was able to, it bumped him out, and then once he got off the safer barrier, just hitting the wall so hard, trying to jump off that wall, sometimes you'll come down a car and a length, car and a half wide at least, and he got into that 70 car and just spun them both around.
Happening right up there in front. This is going to be caution number 9, guys. So tell you what, again, it doesn't come as a surprise. It doesn't really come as that big of a surprise. We've been camped out here at Phoenix pretty much all week long, and I tell you, my bags are packed, dude. So I can't wait to get on my old horse and ride the heck out of this place. I'm about done with Phoenix. And I tell you what we are looking forward to, we got some racing coming up tomorrow night. We're going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada, with Viper Technologies Nationwide Series, so you don't want to miss that action. That happens at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Viper Technologies will be along for the ride. Veteran sim racers, of course, ETV Live will be calling the race up there. And then on Thursday night, Jesse, the Outlaw James, he'll be back in the saddle again along with A.J. Browning for Thursday Night Thunder. I tell you what, that's the official B-car racing here at iRacing. And that's some pretty good racing there, boys. I tell you what, you want to tune in ETV Live and catch that one. And then, of course, on March 11th, Sunday Night Road to the Pro again. So I'll tell you, lots of racing coming your way on ETV Live, etv-eplay.net. And that's where it's at. 109 laps in the books, Tracy. We come around, and it'll be about 15 or so to go here at Phoenix. And I'll tell you, nothing unusual that we've seen tonight. We've seen the handling go away. We've seen the tire issues. We've seen guys taking advantage, overdriving and everything, above and below. So nothing has been that big of a surprise here.
Tell you what, Jay, there's one thing you didn't mention that has left the building, and that's patience. These guys have patience aren't there anymore. These guys are trying to get every spot they can, pushing harder than they have earlier in the race. So look for very good chance of another caution again, as they're trying to get everything they can, pushing the cars harder. They've basically passed their limits and just trying to hold on to them. And but you know what? That's why it's called racing. Otherwise, nobody'd be out here trying that hard, JD.
There you go. I'll tell you what, looks like somebody else getting a wave around here too, guys. I want to say, looks like Adam Roberts was giving the wave around. But during that melee, guys, John Gregorio, your pole sitter tonight, as we go green again, John Gregorio slips back one more time. Now he's got another car out in front of him. But I'll tell you what, back to green. Oh, another one coming out here, guys, up in here in the front. Right up here is right in front of Scott Brotherton, guys. As we got another one taking place here. Yellow flag out again. I want to see if I can't jump up here a little further.
Yeah, JD, I was watching that. The 75, your second place car got punted by that 56 of Tyler Price. John, you got the replay on that?
They're starting to pile up here, guys. Let's pull her back all the way to the restart here. They're going to pile into turn 1, and this is where you're going to see the mess here. Is the 56 car going to come around here and just put the bumper to the 75 car? Says, I want that second place spot, guys. And then he's going to get nailed by the Mountain Dew Levin machine here, and the 75 got smoke rolling out of her, boys.
John, yeah, I'm rewatching some of this too, JD, and I'm watching some of these guys trying to avoid the crash all the way bottom of the track just to plow into other cars. That 79 car is absolutely destroyed. 44 hit him one more time just for insult to injury, guys. I'd say that Landon Huffman is done for the night, guys.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, I hear, we've got a monitor up here on the in the booth. Like I can hear these guys talking down here. I'll tell you what, there are some there's some words being said down there on the track, I'm sure, between spotters and drivers and crew chiefs down here, guys. But I'll tell you what, Mike, no takers down pit road this time. Of course, things are starting to wind down here.
Yeah, I think most of these guys and these drivers are starting to put all the eggs in the basket here with staying out and hoping that that they continue to wreck behind them and that the laps will wind down and they'll stay yellow and not have to race so hard.
All right, and I'll tell you what, I think we're trying to get Guy Snyder up on the radio. Guy, this is JD up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, 10-4, I got you, JD.
Hey, Guy, you know, you're coming in here to Phoenix, qualified in 19th, I believe it was. Back here in the back, worked yourself up to the front, able to stay out of the way up there where all the stuff happened behind you.
Yeah, I really lucked out with that maneuver, and with the pit road, I just stayed out and thinking it's going to get messy, and trying to preserve a top 10. And I'll tell you what, I'm pretty excited where I'm at.
Well, you got a 5-point lead over John Gregorio, and I don't know whether you know it or not, but we're showing John Gregorio actually a lap down, so it's going to be a poor points night for him tonight. But I tell you what, we're watching a lot of people with some handling difficulties out here. How's your car handling tonight?
I got in the wall a couple times. I'll tell you what, coming into this race, if you'd have told me that I was in the top 10 right now, I'd probably have laughed at you. I'm not a big fan of the track, and these cars are just a handful. I mean, they got a lot of power and struggle to turn. So, but I don't know. It's going good now. It feels like it's good now when I'm out in front.
There you go. I'll tell you what do you got to do to win this thing tonight?
I'm going to need about out front. Yeah, I'm going to need about 2 more yellows, I think. I'm on older tires, and Tyler Price, Cameron Manis, they're wheelmen. So we'll just hope and pray.
All right, I'll tell you what, lights are out on the pace car, and you're about ready to go into turn 3 here. We're going to go ahead and cut you loose. Good luck down there, Guy.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Guy Snyder, that's your leader right now, coming into Phoenix, the points leader from Daytona, Tracy, and trying to hang on to that lead over Gregorio. Gregorio having his own problems back here. He's down. He's now a lap down, but ready to take the green flag again. Has Tyler Price, Scott Brotherton, and Cameron Manis, John Higman up there in the top 5 start chasing down Guy Snyder.
Yeah, Guy Snyder got a great start there, JD. Jumped up about 3-4 car lengths ahead of this group. Looks like Tyler Price is going to have a battle 3 of Scott Brotherton as they're going to head into 3, guys.
9 laps remaining here at Phoenix, guys. Oh, 4 goes into the wall. I don't see the caution lights coming out, so we're still green flag racing, guys. Still green flag is, I tell you what, Guy Snyder is just absolutely walking away up here in front. We'll see if he can keep it up.
Yeah, JD, I was watching that 4, and he just drove into 3 way too hard, slid that car up into the wall, and had to stay on that wall for a little while before he got it back off as we're heading into corner 3 once again. A pretty good battle back here between the 60 and the 3 and 17, as it looks like the 60 having to check up a little bit. John Higman doing a great job holding on to the spot.
Absolutely. I tell you what, John Higman, he's got the 3 car of Scott Brotherton up here in front. Scott trying to find a way around Tyler Price. Price in that 56 machine in second position, hold him off. Now, hey, check your leader, dude. 0.8 of a second lead over Tyler Price as these laps start winding down seriously, Tracy. So I'll tell you what, probably going to be no help for Tyler Price. The race is back here. Oh, say Chad Cole in 5th position, that 17 machine, fighting back after a bad pit stop, guys. I'll tell you what, he's duking it out with the 60 up here. And lap 119 laps in the books, Tracy. This thing starts to wind down.
Yeah, they're going to tell you what, the guys settled down a little bit. Getting some good racing in here, just trying to find a place to get that nose under somebody and take another spot. Guy doing a great job out there. I'm looking at them going around. You got a good battle with the 3, 60, and 17 right at the moment, JD.
5 laps to go here at Phoenix International Raceway, guys. I'll tell you what, the battle is right here from 5th position forward. Chad Cole trying to hang on to that top 5 finish here tonight. And I'll tell you, he's got John Higman out there in front in the 60 machine. 60 looking under 3. Is he going to get it? The 3 stays up in the outside lane up here. I tell you, Higman's on the inside looking to drag race down the front stretch, going into turn 1. It's going to be a tight one down here. The 3 comes down just a little bit. 60's going to get the position coming off turn 2, guys.
Yeah, I tell you, the 3 pinched the 60
Maybe.
down pretty low. Got that car bound up, but the 3 is able to pull back in front of him a little bit, heading down the backstretch, JD.
Ooh.
That 3 is running pretty good in that high line, but I think he may have overdrove it in the corner that time, as the 60 is going to take the spot and also bring that 17 right behind him.
And Chad Cole moved him up one spot into 4th position. I tell you what, I saw that coming. A 3 machine just diving it hard into the turns. Oh, as the 60 machine gets out of shape, that's Hickman Jr. up here in 3rd. Almost getting out of shape coming off turn 3 back here, guys. 17 watching all that happen out in front of him as these lefts start closing down here, Tracy. 3 to go.
Yeah, they're doing a great job driving these cars coming sideways off the corners as the 17 and 60 both getting a little loose. 3 almost gets him to the outside wall, guys, heading down the front stretch.
I'm keeping an eye on Chad Cole down here. His 17th is, I tell you what, move Chad Cole up one more as the 60 got a little wide out there, Tracy. So it's battle on out here. Guy Snyder absolutely walking away with this thing here tonight as we come around to 2 to go here at Phoenix Raceway. The 60 car, John Higman, back here in 3rd position. Looks like he's losing ground to Chad Cole. That was the race that was happening here momentarily ago, but Chad Cole now going after Tyler Price up here for 2nd place. Tyler Price trying to hold off Chad Cole back here as we get on the final lap. Final lap coming up here, guys.
Yeah, I'm looking back. It looks like look for Chad Cole to really start pushing Tyler Price. Try to get that position as he's just pretty much 1 car length off him. Can make up that time just if he can get that 56, maybe to overdrive the corner a little bit and push wide, but it doesn't look like that's what's going to happen. That 56 holding a tight line coming to start finish line, or coming to down the back stretch here, JD.
Tell you what, final lap's going to come into turn 3 and 4 right here. Chad Cole trying to put something together on Tyler Price up here for 2nd position. Just can't get it done. Tell you what, Price holding the top line pretty good up there at 17. Can't get the job done, but I'll tell you what, Guy Snyder has absolutely checked out from the rest of the field. And Tyler Price, Chad Cole, John Higman, Scott Brotherton, your top 5 finishers here at Phoenix, guys. I'll tell you, what a night in the desert.
Yeah, I tell you, JD, great race. Guys really battled strong there at the beginning. Got a little caught up in a little yellow flag, I guess, disease for quite a few laps here, but we were able to finish this race under green, getting the last 10 laps under our belt, JD.
Yeah, to 125 laps here tonight at the desert in Phoenix, Arizona. And I tell you, I believe this is the last one on our schedule. So like I said, my bags are packed. I'm ready to get out of town, get out of Dodge, like we usually say. But tell you, what a night here in Phoenix. Really didn't see that much, that much unusual. Caution flags have been happening all week here. I don't know if it's the track or the cars or what the deal is, but I tell you what, I know these RealSimRacing guys, they can put on a pretty good show, and I'm looking forward to going to Las Vegas with them. But I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and step away, take a commercial break. When we come back, your top 3 finishers, Guy Snyder, Tyler Price, and Chad Cole. So hang on tight, sit still, and don't wander off. We'll be right back.
User left your channel. User was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel. User joined your channel.
Welcome back. I tell you what, we're here at Phoenix, Arizona, at the Phoenix International Raceway. And I'll tell you what, Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup, boys. And I'm sitting down here in Victory Lane with Guy Snyder. Guy, what a race here tonight, my friend. You started out 19th and had to hook it up, put it together. I believe we had 10 cautions here, if I'm not mistaken. But how were you able to keep your car so clean and keep it out there in the front?
It wasn't for a lack of luck, that's for sure. I got in the wall once or twice, and I thought it messed it up, but I don't know. I felt like the wheel was pointing a little bit farther to the right, but I'll tell you what, it really hooked up there at the end, and I'll tell you what, I guess I hit the wall just right.
Just right, knock it right back into shape there, and I'll tell you what, fantastic run for you tonight. Coming into the race here tonight, like we said, we had on the radio, the leader of the pack here. You got a 5-point lead over Gregorio. Gregorio not having a good night here at Phoenix, but that's got to make you feel pretty good hanging on to that lead coming out of Phoenix tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm not really racing for points. Although here I was, because I literally, I mean, I was shaking those last 10 laps because, I mean, if I can't even believe that I was in the lead there. And but I'm not really running for points right now this early in the season. But, I mean, I'll sure take it. It looks good. Long way to go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Long ways to go. Lots of racing coming your way here at Real Sim Racing. Any shout-outs out there you want to give?
Yeah, I got to give a shout-out to you, JD. I called you the announcer guy earlier. It wasn't disrespect. I think the world of you guys. ETV, you do an awesome job. I watched the last broadcast, and I'm certainly going to watch this one. And I'd watch him even if I didn't win. But I just got to say what's up to Chad Cole. He's my partner in crime. He couldn't push me to a win today, but we'll get him at Talladega. And I got to thank Joey James. I think Lanza was helping today, David Lanza, all the guys that put this show on, man. If you just like heard the back and forth from those guys are working, you know, as hard as possible under these cautions while I'm just, you know, out there pacing. They're trying to get everything squared away, and they do a great job. And got to thank Viper Technologies for what I'm running for, really, you know.
There you go. Viper Technologies offering up one of those Viper 600 SR gaming seats for a season champion. And I'll tell you what, that was Guy Snyder taking the trophy home tonight. I'm going to throw it on down to Tracy Flip Robinson standing by with Tyler Price.
Yeah, JD, I'm down here in the 56 car of Tyler Price. Tyler, tell you what, you had a pretty exciting run tonight. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it was a pretty decent car tonight. Definitely had to make our way to the front. Started back in 7th or 8th, something like that. And just try to pick them off, and it was hard to get by cars first part of the race. And didn't have had some long runs there, and were able to pick them off, and then had a few cautions falling in between there, and just put ourselves in a position to win, and then pretty much that's it.
Yeah, to tell you what, you had what we were watching out, and you were staying up there in the top 10 pretty much all night long, if not the top 5, and it just looked like the biggest problem we've seen people do is probably overdriving the corner. Would you agree?
Yeah, most definitely. I tried to save the tires, and for the most part of the race, and then at the end we started to actually try to get up front, try to lead some laps, and try to get in top 3. And unfortunately, I got in contact with a guy with about 10 laps ago or something like that. But other than that, I tried to stay off everybody. I raced my teammate pretty hard there, Cameron, for position early in the race, or halfway through the race, and other than that, it was pretty much just trying to keep the tires up under me and not spin the car out, because it was definitely a handful out there tonight on some old tires.
All right, is there anybody you like to thank out there, sponsors, friends?
Yeah, I'd definitely like to thanks Viper Technologies, since they're giving a cockpit away on the end of the season. Chellis Parker Driving School. Cameron Manus for painting my paint scheme at Cam Signs and Designs, and all my teammates back at That's Right Racing. I think there's like a total of 5 or 6 of them. So, but that's about it.
All right, guys, that's your second place finish tonight. Tyler Price. I'm going to throw it down to Keaton, as we say, Batman, who's got our third place finisher tonight.
Wow, Chad. First off, great finish, third place tonight. take us back now to lap 92, coming into the pits, okay? Getting in the pits, 8th position and coming out 23rd. Chad, what happened?
You didn't catch that on TV, did you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, we did. What happened, Chad?
Crew chief messed up. I mean, he brought me into the pits, and I guess stupid driver listened to him. Then I missed my pit sign, slid through past my stall, and it was just a mess. I ended up restarting 22nd, I believe, and somehow just got back to 3rd, clawed my way back. That's a heck of a run there, though.
Yeah, great rebound there coming out of the pits, 23rd, like you said, and making your way back up towards the front. And in the closing laps, take us back to racing against Scott there and John Higman Jr., and finally getting around those two guys to try to chase down that 56 machine of Tyler Price, and coming out of 4 there towards the end on the last lap. You got a little loose. You almost looked like you could have gotten him, but the car looked like the tires just wore out. But take us back to those closing laps, what it was like to be in 6th position and have to pass the 5th and 4th car and then work on the 56 of Tyler Price for 2nd.
Yeah, it was just a blast picking my way up through those guys. They had some good speed, and I was actually surprised I did get past them. I'm not sure if they were on old tires or had fresh ones when I pitted as well, but I was able to get by them. Happy with 3rd place.
Yeah, and I understand that you'd like to have any shout-outs to anyone tonight for the race.
Yeah, of course, admins at RSR for putting on a good show as always, and Viper Technologies for sponsoring the series.
JD, Tracy, there you have it. Chad Cole, solid 3rd place finish tonight at Phoenix.
Outstanding. I tell you what, congratulations to everybody tonight for putting up with the antics of Phoenix Raceway out here. Tough night, tough week, Tracy. But I tell you what, final thoughts. I didn't see anything unusual that I haven't seen all week long here. It looks like guys just having difficulty with car handling. Some of them probably just it took them 125 laps to get the track figured out. But you know what? I think that's just indicative of Phoenix, and we even saw that happening on Sunday with the NASCAR.
Yeah, I tell you, this is the way Phoenix is. The guys did a great job there, at least over the first half of that race to get the laps in, get this race moving forward, and put on a heck of a race there at the end. Got a few long cautions in there, but this is Phoenix, and when you get down to the end, everybody's trying everything they can to get up there and take that win and move as far as they can, JD.
You bet. I'll tell you what, boys, I hear motorhomes firing up already down there in the parking lot. These boys can't wait to get out of town. Las Vegas coming your way. That's going to be next Monday night with Real Sim Racing League. And I'll tell you what, you don't want to miss that action. I'm getting pretty excited about getting out there to Las Vegas. I believe we've got a pretty good room. I don't know if it's the New York, or the MGM. Oh, no, wait a minute. Wait. Oh, Motel 6 again?
Only night, JD,
man.
we get to stay in the MGM is just the night of the race. We're staying in the rusted out Winnebago the rest of the time.
All right. I'll tell you what a night here in Phoenix, but we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. But one more time, we're going to plug the old home site, etv-eplay.net. That's where we're from. You can check it out over there. You want to watch this one again, you can. etv-eplay.net. So I'll tell you what, for the boys here at Real Sim Racing, Full Throttle Cup races, everybody up here in the booth, that's going to be John the Bad Boy Wessling, Tracy Flip Robinson, Michael the Batman Keaton. I'll tell you what, we'll see you next time.
Disconnected.